Good day, everyone. I am Rowena S. Pombo, a PhD student of Mindanao State University, General Santos City. A graduate of Bachelor in Elementary Education, major in General Education at West Visayas State University, Iloilo City, last 2002. A graduate in Master of Arts in Education, major in School Administration at Mindanao State University, General Santos City, last 2018. Presently teaching Science and Filipino subjects in Jose C. Catolico Senior Elementary School, Division of General Santos City. A school LRMDS and District Science Coordinator. I am privileged to be part of this Webicon 2022 as one of the presenters in Social Sciences category. I am also honored to present to you my research study entitled Level of Acceptability of Sinugbuanong Binisaya as the Medium of Instruction in General Santos North District, General Santos City. Here is the rationale of the study. One of the newest development in the Philippine education is the mother tongue-based multilingual education or MTB-MLE. MTB-MLE refers to the utilization of students' mother tongue and two or more additional languages as languages of instruction or LOI in school. Under other circumstances, the term is used to describe bilingual education across multiple language communities, each community using its mother tongue apart from the national school language of instruction. In South Asia, multilingual education usually supports the first definition, learning and using various languages in school. In some countries, MTB-MLE comprises four languages: the student's mother tongue or first language, a regional language, the national language, and an international language, according to Maloney of 2007. As a teacher and an implementer of the K-12 curriculum, which the MTB-MLE is embedded, I was then encouraged to study the level of acceptability of Sinugbuanong Binisaya as the medium of instruction. Specifically, the study addressed the following questions. What is the profile of the teacher respondents relative to number of years in teaching and highest educational attainment? Number 3, what is the level of acceptability of MTB-MLE relative to practices, beliefs, and management? And number 3, what are the issues and concerns relative to the acceptability of Sinugbuanong Binisaya as the medium of instruction? The theory that I was used in this study is the theory of Spolsky of 2004 and 2011, theory of language policy, was implied with specific attention to the three components he identified as essential to the process: beliefs, practices, and management. This theory highlights the interrelated nature of these elements in language policy implementation and provides a focus on three critical aspects to examine. This study used the descriptive phenomenology to determine the level of acceptability of Sinugbuanong Binisaya as the medium of instruction in General Santos North District, General Santos City Division. Survey questionnaires were used to describe the profile of the respondents and determine the level of implementation of MTB-MLE relative to practices, beliefs, and management. Focus group discussion was also conducted. The entire population of first to third grade teachers at each of the three schools were the respondents of the study. The three schools have fully implemented the K-12 curriculum. A total of 5 teachers from 3 schools were invited to participate in FGD on a scheduled date and time. The selection criteria of these teachers included a high level of engagement in the focus group, willingness to participate in the interview, and ability to express ideas. Just refer to Table 1 for the distribution of respondents. They are also the MTB coordinators of the school, master teachers, teaching either grade 1, 2 or 3 and must be speaking the Sinugbuanong Binisaya. Descriptive statistics was used such as frequency, distribution, percentage, and mean to analyze and interpret data on the profile and level of practices, beliefs, and management of Sinugbuanong Binisaya as the medium of instruction. A narrative report was provided on data collected during focus group regarding issues and concerns of the respondents. Here are the findings of the study. In the profile of the respondents, as shown in Table 2.1, 22 or 33.3% of the respondents has been teaching for 6 to 10 years, while 13 or 19.7% has 1 to 5 years of teaching experience, or we call them the newly hired teachers. And only 10 or 15.2% of the respondents were teaching for more than 20 years or the seasoned teachers. So, the demographic percentage of respondents according to the number of years in teaching rarely indicated that most of the teachers teaching the MTB-MLE were used with the K-12 curriculum, in which Sinugbuanong Binisaya is used as the medium of instructions since the said curriculum was implemented for 6 years. In terms of highest educational attainment, most of the respondents were BS Ed or BE Ed degree with MA units of 30 or 45.5%. This is followed by 23 or 34.8% BS Ed or BE Ed degree holders only, and 11 or 16.7% are MA or MS, which implies that most of the teachers have undergone professional growth and development. As shown in this table, teachers' level of practices to Sinugbuanong Binisaya as the medium of instruction was acceptable, with a mean of 7.3.70, as quoted from a teacher respondent who was teaching MTB-MLE. Okay as a teacher, kay naa naman ta sa K-12, nagseminar pud ta tanan nga teacher. So, 100% dawat ko ang MTB as medium of instruction. Pero may mga words nga lisod sa ubang mga bata, dili nila makuha parehas anang dibuho, instead i-drawing, so i-translate na muna siya sa English or Filipino para masabtan sa bata. However, the respondents moderately accepted the MLE was integrated into all subject areas with a mean percentage of 3.18, as quoted by a teacher respondent when asked why MTB-MLE shall not be integrated in all areas. Kanang math bitaw, mas nindot siguro gamiton sa English kay ang mga terms lisod sabton sa Binisaya. Pero ang process gina-explain namo sa Binisaya. Tapos ang kining ESP kay edukasyon sa pagpapakatao, mas masabtan nila ni sa Bisaya. Parent respondent also quoted that ang science man good teach, nakasanayan naman good nila good parehas anang hill. Unsa man na sa Bisaya ang hill, unya sa definition pod niya teach. Sa science teach kung mag-exam, mag-quiz, definition na abayay define hill, ana di ang bata maglisod dili pareha sa English nga dali ra jud ang term. Using Sinugbuanong Binisaya as the medium of instruction was moderately acceptable with a mean percentage of 3.27 based on teachers' belief. However, teachers has less accepted the belief that children will do better in school if they learn to read and write in Sinugbuanong Binisaya first with a mean percentage of 2.59. So as the teacher respondent expressed her belief, she quoted na ang mga bata karon kay exposed na sa TV, so dali lang sila makasabot sa Tagalog kumpara sa Binisaya nga gina-mention sa among learners materials. Mas makasabot pa sila sa Tagalog kay ang ginagamit diri sa Jensen dili man Sinugbuanong Binisaya. Para sa ako, mas makasabot ug makatuon ang bata kung Tagalog ang among gamiton sa pagbasa o pagsulat. Another parent respondent quoted her belief that, pero ma'am, ang napansin nako katong pag-umpisa sa K-12, murag naghina ang estudyante sa English. Teachers' perception with regards to management of using Sinugbuanong Binisaya as medium of instruction was moderately acceptable with a mean percentage of 3.29. As quoted by the teacher respondent when asked about approaches and strategies in teaching MTB-MLE, mangita pud ta pamaagi na maintindihan pud sa bata. So, depende lang pud kung paano i-deliver ang lesson. Depende pud sa mga teacher kay syempre, i-training man pud ta sa atong seminar nato sa K-12. However, they less accept that there where teachers' guides and learners' materials were used in school was coincide in teaching MTB MLE with a mean percentage of 2.58. The teacher respondent express, wala mi book sa AP, nag-research ra pud mi, nag-research ko sa internet. Gisulat sa English ug maglisod jud mi mga teacher kay dili jud mag-coincide ang TG sa LM. So, to summarize, teachers rated their level of acceptability of Sinugbuanong Binisaya as medium of instruction relative to practices as acceptable with mean percentage of 3.70 and moderately acceptable relative to beliefs with mean percentage of 3.27 and management with a mean percentage of 3.29. So the following are the issues and concerns in using Sinugbuanong Binisaya as the medium of instruction. So first, the teacher's guides and learners' materials used in school did not coincide with teaching MTB-MLE. The teacher respondents expressed, we don't have a book in Araling Panlipunan. I just searched the internet for materials. Materials are written in English and we find it difficult to use them because the teacher's guide does not really coincide with the learner's materials. Absence of books written in the mother tongue, lack of vocabulary, and multicultural or multilingual differences affect teaching MTB. The learners are not fluent in using the same mother tongue. Teachers and parents did not want that all subject will be taught using mother tongue as the medium of instructions, as quoted from teacher respondents. In mathematics, it is better to use English since the terms are hard to understand in MTB, while in ESP, MTB is best used to let the learners understand very well. A parent respondent also said that sa science, kung mag-exam o mag-quiz, naabaya define hill, ana di ang bata maglisod kung ikumpara sa Sinugbuanong Binisaya nga pag-define. Sa English, dali lang jud ang term. This implies that for the parent, English is preferred in teaching science. So based on the results and salient findings of the study, the following conclusions were drawn. So the teachers rated their level of acceptability of Sinugbuanong Binisaya as medium of instruction relative to practices as acceptable and moderately acceptable relative to beliefs and management. Not all of the teachers highly agree with the implementation of the MTB-MLE. Despite of the different attitude of the teachers in the implementation of the MTB-MLE, they still implemented the objectives. The problem on instructional materials is found to be seriously affecting the implementation of the language policy. The teachers used varied teaching strategies and or activities in the implementation of the MTB-MLE. Based on the findings and conclusions, the following are recommended. Teachers need to be properly oriented, trained, and supervised in the implementation of MTB-MLE. More seminars on language awareness are encouraged to be in place to increase the implementation of the teachers on language development objective of the MTB-MLE. Basic needs of pupils and teachers such as instructional materials must be met for any reform to be effective. All stakeholders are encouraged to be involved in the decision-making regarding implementation of the mother tongue-based multilingual education, as well as which languages will be used and how they will be developed. There should be policy formulation that will ensure adequate provision for instructional materials in mother tongue, and tracking the background of the teachers in terms of the readiness of MTB-MLE implementation is also encouraged. Further researches employing other variables are encouraged. So, here are the list of my references used in this study. Thank you very much for listening and keep safe everyone.